I'ma give you something to remember forever. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird jewelry. I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off. Take off the fabricated dreams and the microwave memes. It's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo, take off the Sandro pay, 5-day stay, take off for the meal, hella follow. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic that if I'm rich, I'm real. Take off the Chanel, take off the Doja, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer off and what do you have?
You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up us? Get back in pocket. The world in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. The profits abandoned, the law take advantage. The market is crashing, the industry wants to sleep in the box while they making a mockery following us. This ain't Monopoly, watching for love. This ain't monogamy, y'all getting jumping on what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I feel. All my descendants, they come in my sleep and say I am too real. I'm done with the sensitive, taking it personal. Done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right. You hoping for change and miracles. I know the feelings that came with burial cries. You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up us? Serving up a look, dancing in a drop. Hello to the big step, but never lose a count. Venting in the safe house.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fields this way up at the 17, and a decent return out to the 27-yard line. First carry for the second-year man. It's Najee Harris. Bulldozes past him, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Pickett will look to pass it. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
79 Broncos.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they run with Jacobs on first down, and he'll take this forward for about 5. The Eagles at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as good running gets them to about the 44. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. In motion, the tight end. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
That'll give them 8 that time. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Let's go now.
They go with Jacobs, and I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Working out of the gun, it's Pickett.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The 20. 10.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him load that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt.
And the Steelers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Meanwhile, Pickett's throw brought in by Austin.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw, Pickett. Austin is there and brings in another one. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you've got to run fast. Of course, you've got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Pickett now from the gun here. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They run again with Harris. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. Looking for Pickens, he's got him on the out route. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Harris running straight ahead. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body gets a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
He's got a man complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing is Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Second and 5 now.
Pickett completes Austin here over the middle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Complete to Calvin Austin. It's a gain of 6. And the Steelers first down.
Let's go.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Back to throw, Pickett. That's complete to his tight end flyer move.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-to-interception ratio is, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. But 1st down, Hurts eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Ready,
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
18, pioneer.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Got a man. It's Brown. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Dragon 60.
They'll throw now on the final play. And it's intercepted at the goal line. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
He gets it complete to Harris. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On the give, this is Harris. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
It's been quite the impressive career resurgence for Hassan Reddick. Focusing now more on rushing the passer, the linebacker has 23.5 sacks in his last 2 seasons.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Here's Pickett.
Completes it to Austin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Now Pickett.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Boswell's kick is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you said, your defense is only giving up 3 points. Makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Go, Reed, go!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Steelers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, here this 3rd quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a 1-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a defensive unit have to take it upon yourselves to say, we've got to go out there, maybe take a few chances along the way, and see if we can generate some points ourselves. And lo and behold, they were able to deliver.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
The Steelers take over first down at their own 40-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He'll let it fly for Austin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Harris. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
3rd and long for Pickett.
He's going to let this go for the end zone.
And this one dropped in the end zone. It looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Landry now on the return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
70 Ranger. 60 Bobcats.
Hurts.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
19
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Top 50.
They'll set up to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game.
Head the street. Head the street. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Here's Hurts to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough. Now
they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Pickett to throw on first down. He finds Austin complete. On the move past the 40. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll try the right side with Harris. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The credit that sack to Robert Quinn. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
On third down, here's Harris. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he'll go down at the 28. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still, fourth down upcoming. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to make it a 2-score game. Boswell's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On second down, Jacobs. On the move past the 40. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Pickett back to throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pickett back to throw. Here's Freiermuth again.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They hand this off to Harris. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. 2nd and 8. Now here's another carry for Harris. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Trying to run for it with Snell. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Pittsburgh, they finally taste victory for the first time after 7 straight defeats. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.